It's World Book Day. Thought I'd give you a little book review of one of my favourite books of all time, Nathaniel Branden, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. I've listened to this book countless times, maybe 30 times. I'm an audiobook man myself, so I tend to listen to the book. This is like the first place you want to go to if you're interested in becoming more fulfilled, happier in your life, you want to raise your self-esteem. This is the first place to go to. Self-esteem is such a powerful psychological resource to have. It's going to direct the focus of your life. It's going to direct your life, the complete direction of your life, because whatever you believe you're capable of doing is what you will go after and what you will achieve. If you don't believe that you're capable of something, you're never going to try it. And even if you do try it, you're going to half-heartedly try it because you're thinking, well, I'm not even going to achieve it anyway, so what's the point? And then when you don't achieve it because you've given it a half effort, you're just reinforcing that belief that I couldn't do it anyway. Whereas if you believe you can do it, you're just going to go for it. And if you believe in your heart and your soul that you can do it, you'll keep going for it until you get it, won't you? You may fail a little bit. You think, well, I can do it. I know I can do this. So this is just an opportunity to learn. And you go and you go and you go. You fail and you go. You fail and you go. And you keep going until you get there. If you want to achieve something, self-esteem is a good place to start. If you want to feel happy in your life, self-esteem is a good place to start. I'm going to make this recommended reading for my coaching package. Anyone who signs to my coaching package, I'm going to be sending them a copy of this. Nathaniel Branden is the father of the self-esteem movement. He's the guy that made the term popular, basically. And this is his masterpiece. He's written many good books on self-esteem, and this is the daddy, you know. So I'm going to run through the chapters with you and give you a little bit of a rundown on it. Highly recommend you read it yourself. Maybe I'll just give you a little taster of it and enough information to go out and get it, or sign up to my package and I'll send it to you. So pillar number 1, the art of living consciously. All the spiritual practices talk about living consciously, awakening to your purpose. What's happening, guys? Get some waves here. I haven't done a live in ages. This is all new to me at the moment. I've got things going on I don't remember. Living consciously, he puts it as the first one. He says it's the most important pillar and it encompasses all the pillars. Living consciously is the opposite of living a life because that was the life that you felt that you should. Like if your parents did a certain job and so you kind of go into that job because you feel that you should, that would be the opposite of living consciously. If you fall into a job because all your friends did it, that would be the opposite of living consciously. So living consciously is taking time to understand yourself, to understand your life, to do some journaling, you know. Ask yourself, what do I really want in life? What do I want to create? Who do I want to become? What do I want to contribute? Where do I want to go? And where am I right now? And what do I need to do in order to get there? What books do I need to read? What seminars do I need to go to? Who do I need to speak to? What coach do I need to hire? It's about taking the time to look at your life, understanding where you are, who you are, and what you want to do and how you're going to get there. And obviously the other aspect of it is like the spiritual aspect of being conscious in the moment. Living consciously as in being mindful and being present in the moment and enjoying the present moment. So Nathaniel Branden is all for that, and you know he's not saying, he's not restricting it to the spiritual understanding of living consciously. He says it's also about understanding what's going on in your life and, you know, figuring out what you need to do to get to where you want to be. What's happening, guy? So that's pillar number 1, living consciously. Pillar number 2, self-acceptance. And he says self-acceptance is so intertwined with self-esteem that they sometimes become confused. Sometimes people think that self-acceptance is self-esteem. And it's not about pretending that everything is okay. It's not about listening like, I accept myself, so everything's okay and I don't need to change. Self-acceptance is about accepting that this is where I am. This is who I am currently. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about being conscious of what's going on right now. Being honest with yourself and saying that this is currently where I am. You know, and like I said, you know, it's about saying that this is where I am, this is where I want to go. Living consciously is being honest with yourself. And it's about like self-acceptance in the way that some people think of it, you know, it's like being nice to yourself. Well, yeah, you know, it's like saying, well, okay, I did this thing that I didn't really like doing, but, you know, it might be like saying, well, why did I do that? It's about taking the time to understand why I did that rather than judging yourself and being unkind to yourself. It's about like being a friend to yourself and saying, okay, so if I did this thing that I didn't like, then why did I do that? Let's understand, let's learn from that, and let's see how I can move forward from that. Pillar number 3, self-responsibility. Just wondering how long I've been on here because it didn't intend to be very long. Pillar number 3, self-responsibility, taking responsibility for your life. In NLP, we call it the cause and effect equation. So many people say, my life is this way because this person did this thing. Because my parents were this way. Because the world is this way. Because I live in this country. Because my skin is this color. Because I'm of this religion. Taking responsibility is taking back control of your life. Because you ain't going nowhere if you're blaming everything else for where you are with your life. If where you are is because of the result of your parents, you're powerless to do anything, aren't you? Whereas you can say, okay, well, this is the situation, this is what happened, and now it's my responsibility to do something about it. There's always something that you can do to make a change. Blaming is sometimes just the easy path out, isn't it? And saying, well, it's their fault, so you're just letting yourself off the hook. This happened, so now I can't do this. Well, you're just basically saying, I'm not going to do anything about it, and I'm going to blame it on these people, and blame it on this situation. I'm going to allow myself to not have to bother making any effort, to not have to go through the struggle of failing and trying and failing and trying and getting back up and going again. But it just leads to a life of misery, doesn't it? You're never going to get what you want if you're just going to blame other people for being the reason that you can't get it. And that's not going to be a fulfilling life. And it doesn't lead to high self-esteem. Self-assertiveness, pillar 4. So I was talking about it recently, actually. I got a great analogy for self-assertiveness. Say, for instance, someone's mean to you. They do something, they're disrespectful to you, they do something that you don't like. Now, again, like talking about self-responsibility, like a lot of people will say, oh, this person was mean to me, so that's why I feel this way. I don't feel good today because this person did this to me. But if you took responsibility and you were self-assertive, when someone's mean to you, you can actually raise your self-esteem and feel really good about it. Like if someone does something that's inappropriate and you didn't deserve it and they was disrespectful to you, If you choose to accept them being disrespectful and you don't stand up for yourself, that will lower your self-esteem and you will have a bad day. If you choose to take responsibility, be self-assertive, stand your ground, speak your mind, be strong, be authentic, you will raise your self-esteem and you will have a good day. Great example of taking responsibility for your life, being assertive. Stop blaming the situation for feeling the way you do. Stop blaming external factors for your life being the way it is. Because the moment you take control, the moment you be self-responsible and self-assertive, the moment you take control of your life. Living purposefully. Finding your purpose. Something I love to help people with. If you want to find your purpose, give me a shout. Yeah, it's about doing what you love to do with your life, isn't it? You know, fulfilling your dreams, going after your passions, and doing things with meaning, creating meaning in your life, isn't it? Personal integrity. Just simply, I would say just being honest, you know, being true to your word, being honest with yourself, most importantly, and being honest with others. If you say that your values are health and money, relationships, but yet you choose to spend money on things that are not necessary, and you choose to eat things that are no good for you, and you choose to sit on the settee instead of going to the gym, then you're out of integrity with yourself, and your mind is clocking that. On one hand, you're saying, I want these things, and I want to be this person, but on the other hand, I'm doing these things. It just doesn't add up, does it? How can that create self-esteem? It can't. So it's about living in alignment with your values and being honest with yourself and being honest with other people. I'm a big believer that being honest with people increases your self-esteem. I always say it's like, if you think one thing and you say another thing to somebody, it's like, I like to think of your self-esteem, your unconscious, like this little kid that comes around with you everywhere you go. And it's listening to everything that you say. And when you speak to somebody and you're not honest about it, this kid is looking up and it's going, why are you lying? Why are you lying about us? Why are you lying about me? Can you imagine if you had a little kid and you took it around with you everywhere and you lied about that kid? Because that kid is you. And when you lie about yourself, you're lying about the kid. And he's looking up and he's going, why are you lying about me? Am I not good enough? Is the truth about me not good enough to share with other people? Imagine the impact that that's going to have on that kid. And that's what you do to yourself every day when you lie to people and are dishonest about how you feel and about what you think. Having a massive impact on your self-esteem and your overall levels of fulfillment. Because your self-esteem is very, very closely linked with your fulfillment. The higher your levels of self-esteem, the higher your levels of fulfillment. So anyway, I rambled on a bit longer than I intended to then. I meant to make that a short one. I highly recommend reading the book. Absolute masterpiece on self-esteem. All you need to know. I know a lot of people are all into affirmations and everything. You can do affirmations until you're blue in the face. It's not going to increase your self-esteem unless you're living by these pillars. Action, action, action. You can tell yourself you love yourself all day long, and if you're not living with integrity, if you're not living consciously, if you're not being self-responsible, I'm not going to try and remember all the pillars right now. It's bollocks, basically. You tell someone you love them all day long, and then you go and act that in ways that are not in alignment with what you're saying. The person doesn't feel like you love them. And it's exactly the same for what you do to yourself. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you'll ever have. because the quality of the relationship with yourself will determine the quality of the relationship you have with other people, and it will determine the quality of your life as well. So I hope I've inspired you to take some action, read the book, act on the pillars, and yeah, if you want some extra help on increasing your self-esteem, give us a shout. I'd be happy to help. Catch you later, guys. Let me know what your favorite book is in the comments. It'd be cool to hear. Take care, guys. Speak soon. Peace.